Oh, blimey,
Well, yeah. Go out there with fly the flag.
But not just to an extent,
but with all, not just us representing England, because some people resented that, but all the teams.
But even if you took the best players of all the teams, I still think the predominance would have been the Preds, because you've got to remember that you might not have had all the best players, but you had the best team. And I think if you'd have got, say, I don't know,
I could have improved on the Predators. I could have improved on the Predators. There was a couple of players. If I could have controlled Rafe a bit more, I'd have had Bart back in the squad. There's a few other players out there I would have had. But what I would have done as well, this is what I used to do. I never used to play my players all the time. Yeah. I'd have certain players
sit back a bit
for certain fields.
Yeah.
This is the sort of things the Americans wouldn't do. If I had a field where it involved a long breakout, I'd have a couple of young players on the team that were just sprinters. If I had a game where it was long ballers and big open trees, I'd have put you on the field, Phil Ham on the field, and I would have. As I said, you're talking such a long time ago now. But as I turned around and said, I can't remember names, not off the top of my head, but there is other players I would have put.
Fair question. Spike, do you remember him? Paul Martin, Spike.
I probably would.
He would. He said, assuming Mucus, lovely name, has kept a casual glance over the scene over and above playing one of the last real campaign events prior to inclusion in the MS, what does he think is a major difference in today's game industry that is affecting the playing numbers? I think we've covered it as much as
he turned around and said there's no enjoyment in the game.
Yeah.
I'm 45 now. Okay, I like to think
I
like to think I'm still fairly fit. I still train now as much as I did before. But a lot of people are not like that. Some men of my age, they could be overweight. They might smoke, they might drink, they don't go to the gym regular. How can they go and play paintball? They can't. They're going to go out there and they're basically going to get the crap fucking shot out of them. And I'm not being funny, but there's no fun of going out, having a 16-year-old spotty kid keep on shooting the crap out of you every game. Yeah. But if you go into the woods,
you can have a function.
You can have a fun day, you can have a function and you get involved. This is what's happening now. You don't get any enjoyment. You don't get any people. I know this for a fact. You got a lot of people in this so-called arena ball thing. If they get past a certain age or get to a certain size, they're out. They can't play.
Yeah.
Because they're too old or they're too big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's all right having lots of these young kids running around and stuff. But I think it was also the world's way to turn around and see. He said you never trade wisdom for youth.
No.
And if you have an old most of the good teams have very, very good captains and a core of mature players.
Well, I think that was one of the things that we brought out in articles years ago. If you look at the Preds, you had you had Bobby Long for the Army, you had the duo of Billy and Adam for the All-Americans and Rennick for Artshot. And there was always this dominant male, wasn't there?
As much as on field I wasn't overly keen on the All-Americans, I did have that most respect for them as players.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
I did have, they was shit up.
Yeah. They were scared shitless of you. I mean, when I joined them, they used to say, right, what do we do against them? They were asking me, and I said, well, you know, what you normally do. I said, you're a good team. They were fucking worried. They were worried. Rennick, on the other hand, at Aftershock, he wasn't scared of you, but he had the utmost respect for what you could do. Rennick's a good geezer. Yeah. Anyway, Spike's second question is, ever thought of picking up a gun again?
I'll be truthful with you.
No, you're thinking of fighting again, I mean, because...
Yeah, I'm going to have a couple of unlicensed pets.
Well, come and watch me, that should be fun. But, 45, well, I was going to have a cage fight, as you know, in June at 56, but if you have a fucking... Fucking hell,
we sit our bastards too, at the end of the day.
Well, then, would you have picked up a gun? Would you pick up a gun again?
If paintball started to be played back in the woods, and there wasn't the amount of politics that was in it years ago, yes I would.
Okay, that's fair enough. Owen Ronayne, or Missy Q as we like to call him on paintball, he's a guy from WDP years ago, tall guy, dark hair.
Oh right.
Thinks he's a good looking fella. He said, I remember him taking a crap in Dave Spittle's loader once, in Toulouse, the very first Toulouse. Dave only found out once he was kitted out and just loading his paint up. I remember thinking that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. The offer was thrown on the floor where some French player peasants fought over it. I still wonder whether they were after the loader or what was in it.
No.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. It wasn't Dave Spittle's hopper.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh.
It was actually...
Probably don't really matter, it's not
It was
but-
an American player because
Oh.
if I think it was correct, I was in Toulouse and I was playing for Bud Orr's All-Star team,
Yeah.
and I had a guy who used to play. Oh, I forgot his name now. He used to be Rose's friend. He used to always carry squeegee in his mouth. Oh,
What team did he play for?
I can't
He
remember.
didn't play for a big line team over
No,
there?
no,
Oh,
he didn't. No, he used to be a freelance player. He used to play
Yeah.
for everybody. And the guy kept on shooting me out on the back when we used to break out. I used to break out because he was very short-sighted. I'd run forward and he kept the line up in the back. So I got the out with it. So what I'd done, I went and got his opera and I was shooting his opera. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was shooting his opera. It was quite funny because when I got his paint, he went, "Oh, god damn!"
I've heard that expression once before. We'll come back to that. Biscuit, he said, if you could change today's game to make it better for the newer player, what would he do? Well, going back to
Well,
what he said.
as I turned around and said that if you want to get enjoyment out there, what people don't understand, paintball's played for enjoyment.
Yeah. But you can still compete in that with that enjoyment umbrella because we enjoy competing.
That's right. You need to go back into the woods. This is where it's at. It's always been in the woods because the thing with it is, it's.
But when you say it goes back to the woods, there was a time when the arena ball was coming in and you were still dominating. Well, so there was
arena ball was constructed in a way where you had good aggressive play. There was plenty of cover. Enabling people.
The fields are quite
People
big,
can only play aggressive paintball if there's a cover for them to move up on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't get in the ring and be aggressive with your hands down by your side because you're going to get knocked out.
True.
To play aggressive, exciting paintball that gets adrenaline pumping, you need to be able to move from one position to another,
Yeah.
right? Enabling you to be able to get closer to the opponent.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of killing ground in between players, right?
Do you know how you know now? How you know now when you're in the killing zone when you can shoot down a man when the whistle goes?
What then?
Because from the fucking moment that whistle goes, you can turn around and you can shoot any fucker on that
It's
field.
absolutely ridiculous. That is what is.
It is madness.
That's ridiculous.
Right, Timmy H007. How did you get involved in paintball? How was his team put together? And why do you think they were so successful? Right, how did you get involved in paintball?
I got involved in paintball. One of my brothers actually took me.
Who, Anthony?
No, Nicholas. One of my brothers who took me to play paintball once with him down at Jim Scott's site in Cobham in Kent years ago. And I went down and absolutely loved it. And I started going back every week. I ended up being a marshal down there, marshalling for him.
Yeah.
And that's when I basically formed the Predators.
So it was out of Jim Scott's site?
Jim Scott's site, the Predators was formed, yeah. Because the first time I ever went to Finmere to play paintball in the first ever World Championships, which was at Finmere.
The Finmere 5 man, wasn't it?
Finmere 10 man.
Was it?
10 man at Finmere, yeah, you was it. You was it. That's when the first one.
Jerry Brown.
Yeah, Jerry Brown,
Yes,
Jerry Wall Barber.
Yes.
Jerry Wall Barber. Remember, you guys, I think, come second.
Yeah,
And the Bart Stud squad come first.
Right, yeah.
Because they beat us. We didn't play. So
That was a long time
that
ago.
was that's how we basically started playing.
Right, okay.
So we used to be called the Battle Zone Predators. We used to be called.
Yes, you
That's
were.
it.
Well, we've gone over why you think they were so successful. Basically, because you brought the best out of them, which you did. Why did you disband? And do you play any paintball these days? Oh, no, he doesn't.
The reason
Why did you disband?
Well, the reason why we disbanded, because I think about it, look, I've been a world champion, and I know I've been a world champion. I've been at the top of my pinnacle of my sport for 10 years. I can't maintain that.
Yeah.
And everybody's sitting there watching for me to fall. But what people don't understand with it was, there wasn't nobody that come out and beat us. There wasn't no teams that come through and wipe the fucking floor of us and destroy the
Not once you'd established
because
yourself.
they was better. We started losing games because we we didn't have the same motivation or inspiration to play. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to be remembered like these boxers do that carry on for years and years and years going down. I'm going to stop playing because I lost the enjoyment of play.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm to go out there and play wasn't there.